The billionaires are sounding the alarm. Stick around until the end to see what I chose as the best pick for today's economy. Welcome to 411 Trades. You know the economy is in a strange place when some of the richest and most experienced investors in the world start raising their hands and saying that something is wrong. And that is exactly what is happening right now. Several billionaire investors have been publicly warning that the Federal Reserve is doing too much, not too little, but too much. They are saying the Fed is micromanaging the economy, constantly adjusting rates, debating internally, and sending mixed signals that confuse the entire market. Here are the voices speaking up. Ray Dalio, founder of Bridgewater Associates, says the Fed is acting like a pilot who keeps overcorrecting an airplane. He believes the Fed is trying to do too much. His message is simple. The Fed should cut rates sooner and let the market adjust naturally. Dalio warns that the constant back and forth is creating confusion and could cause the recession the Fed says it wants to avoid. Bill Ackman, CEO of Pershing Square, has also been very vocal. He says the Fed is overthinking everything and needs to cut rates aggressively. Ackman believes they are months behind and that delaying cuts makes everything harder for workers, businesses, and investors. Elon Musk is not a traditional markets guy, but he runs global companies, and he has been blunt. He says the Federal Reserve is the single biggest threat to the economy and that they are too slow to cut rates. Musk warned that the Fed is reacting to old data and is sleepwalking into deflation. Jeremy Siegel, the well-known Wharton professor, has been warning for over a year that the Fed is keeping rates high for too long. He says the Fed is tightening to the point that they risk breaking something in the economy. His concern is that high rates will crush jobs and slow down growth unnecessarily. Cathie Wood, CEO of ARK Invest, says the Fed is overreacting and misreading the data. She believes we are already in a form of deflation and that the Fed is fighting the wrong battle. So, what are all these people really saying? They are all pointing to the same message. The Fed is reacting to old data. They are analyzing too much. Their indecision is adding uncertainty. Tariffs and a weakening labor market mean rate cuts are needed. And if the Fed does not cut soon, they may trigger a recession themselves. That explains why the market has been acting confused. It explains why charts have been choppy and why options have been exploding in both directions. The Fed is split. The market is guessing. And uncertainty always creates volatility. Now let's talk about options and how to navigate this environment. This is not the time to sell options. Not puts, not calls, nothing. Selling options in a market like this is how people wreck accounts. Here is a simple example. You sell a $45 put on a $50 stock. Everything looks good. The delta looks good. The volume looks good. The chart looks stable. Then the Fed says something strange. The market panics. Volatility spikes. The stock falls to 45, then 35, then 25. Now you are forced to buy 100 shares at $45 even though the stock is trading at 25. That is a $2,000 loss per contract instantly. And all of that was for trying to make 1 or 2%. It is simply not worth it in this environment. This is why buying options makes more sense right now. Buying calls and buying puts keeps you safe. When you buy options, you control the risk. You choose your maximum loss. You are never forced to buy stock. You can exit anytime. And options tend to be cheaper during choppy markets. You are not trapped if volatility explodes. So let's keep this simple, balanced, and smart. Right now, the fear and greed meter has been living in extreme fear and fear for a while, and the market is acting exactly like it. In conditions like this, the smartest approach is to keep things simple. Stick with 2 call options you trust. Before you buy anything, always check the history. A stock can sound amazing in a video, but when you pull up the day, week, month, 3-month, and 1-year charts, sometimes all you see is red. And when everything is red across multiple time frames, that's not a candidate for a call option. A strong call should show at least some strength over time. And once you find that kind of stock, wait patiently for the dip. Timing matters more than anything. My first pick is Johnson & Johnson. This is the classic Warren Buffett-style safety play. Even if the market slows down or slips into a recession, people still need the essentials: toilet paper, paper towels, hygiene products, medicine, and everyday health items. J&J sits right in the center of all of that. It's strong, dependable, steady, backed by real earnings, and it moves slow without drama. In a shaky market, it's one of the best long-term call choices you can make. My second pick is GOOGL, another rock-solid option. It has a strong history, consistent growth, and when fear fades, this stock responds quickly and powerfully. Let the volatility work for you instead of against you. Thanks for watching 411 Trades. More simple strategies and smart moves are coming your way. Stay tuned.